I was not progressing. When I reached 4 cm, they are going to give me epidural. I was just in so much pain. Then I started gushing out water. Like the water was so much, and the baby did not come home. In this country, they can kill us. I think I'm ready to share my story. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I think I'm ready to share my story. So guys, I gave birth June. I wanted to say last year, guys. I gave birth June 14th. That was like a few months ago, and yeah, people have been asking me to just share my story. Like, I know, like, you tell this person, you tell this one, you tell that one. So I'm just thinking, let me just put it in a video, and just anytime they ask, I'll just forward it to them. Like, go and watch it on my YouTube channel. I was 42 weeks plus at that time. I passed my due date. You know, in Nigeria, when you want to give birth, you're going to antenatal. I don't really go for the lectures, but I'm always going for checkup and the likes during antenatal. No, I don't like, I went for the antenatal just once, and it was boring. Guys, they spent like 3 hours explaining this, explaining that, and at that point I was getting scared. That was why I actually stopped going, because they're like, oh, when you're about to push and you tell you not to push, and you pushed and blah blah blah, and the baby clinical. I was just like, I'm not more going, because I know I'll give birth to a healthy child, so I'm not going anymore. I have passed my due date, so the only thing is just for me to get induced for the baby to come. So I went to the hospital, and he gave me 2 weeks. That was when I reached 40 weeks. So he said he gave me 2 weeks, and if I pass that 2 weeks, he's going to like induce me. On that day, I came back home and I danced and danced. I watch all these videos, like when you dance. When you take too much of pineapple, all sorts, it's going to it's like a natural way to induce the baby. Guys, I did everything. That day I came back from the hospital, I danced for like 1 hour, and I thought maybe the following day the baby will come. The following day, I think like 3 days after that, I also danced with my husband. Like, we were climbing the staircase up and down for like 1 hour. He was even gingering me, like giving me that ginger, go baby, go baby. I was like, oh, I'm sure this baby will just come after doing all this. The baby did not come home. So 2 weeks reach, it's time for me to go to the hospital. So that day I was just like, okay, no problem. And actually, I've actually told the doctor that I'm going to be taking epidural, because I don't like pain. I hate pain. Like, anything that will bring pain to this system, I don't like it. If I should see an alternative, I'd rather go for the alternative than going through pain. That is like, I cannot even have another piercing or just do tattoo. I don't know, but I know people say the threshold of pain, like people's threshold are different, but mine, I can't tolerate pain. So I was just like, okay, I'll get epidural, and just to relieve the pain a bit or so. I don't know how it works, because I've never used one. So we got to the hospital around 8 p.m. on the 13th of June, and I was still vibing. I was like, oh, once again give birth, I'll be in this. I was vlogging because I wanted to like vlog the whole entire process of giving birth in a country like Nigeria. So I was like, okay, after this period, what is the next? I'll say ask them that, okay, they've given me the first dose. I think for 4 hours interval, I'll take the next dose. They started the induction around 4 a.m. in the morning, but I slept overnight just to be prepared for the delivery. And at 4 a.m. I was given the tablets, and nothing was happening. I was just still like, wait, like, what was I given anything? I was so calm. I was not even feeling anything. Like, there was no contraction. Nothing was happening at that point. So it was like, okay, they're going to give me the other dose. I think after like 4 hours, that was like 8 a.m. Then I was given the second dose. I was still fine, like very, very fine. Nothing was happening. I was given the third one around 12. I think that was like 4 hours interval. Yes, I was given the third one around 4:12. So the third one I was given around 12 started the contraction. So I started having contraction, like, you know, menstrual pain, like the last day of menstrual cycle. That very last day, that how I used to feel, not like, not like, I know that can never be contraction. Like, people say contraction is heavy, and when you're having contraction, so I know that I wasn't having contraction yet. It was just a mild contraction. So I was like, okay. Then the doctor was like, okay, I think my body is not really doing well to this drug. So he said we should still chill to like some hours. Maybe the drug will work, and then we can start the processing and whatever they are calling it over there. So I think around like 1 p.m. in the afternoon, I was given one around 8. I was given the second around 12 noon, and I was given, so around 1 p.m. I was just feeling like I wanted to go and pee, and I saw boom. I heard that boom. It was like something, like, a pure water, like when it just, I just knew that that was my water, like my water just broke. I knew at that point, like, oh, this is water. So I started gushing out water. Like, the water was so much, and immediately the nurse was telling me, oh, immediately after seeing your water, I saw my mucus plug. It was just, I saw my mucus plug. So she was like, oh, my baby is already on its way. Then that after seeing water and after seeing mucus plug, that means I'm already like close to having my baby. At that point, I was already with my husband. We were already praying, like, so. Actually, my husband was there all through for me. He was there all through because I can't go through that pain. So, guys, immediately my water broke. I started having hard contraction, like chronic contraction. That was when I know the meaning of contraction. That contraction and menstrual pain is not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. It's way, way, way different. It's like menstrual pain raised to power of 100. I was having powerful contraction. It was heavy. It was coming 1 minute interval. So it was obvious that I was already in labor. And they were checking. I was not dilating, so I was not more than 2 centimeters as at that time. So it was like, okay, maybe we should just chill to like 4, and something can happen and it can just make way and everything. So, guys, we waited to like 4. Then he gave me the last dose. That was when everything just scattered. Like, my brain was not working. Like, everything was not. I was not in my right sense anymore. I was running mad. Let me use that word seriously, because I was already feeling, Jesus, is this what they are calling contraction? I was tired. It was so much for me to bear. And the reason why, so it was like when I reached 4 cm, they are going to give me epidural. But I was not progressing. I was still at 2 cm, even with that mad contractions I was having. So it was not progressing. So it was like, he can't give me epidural now. Like, he want me to reach like 4 cm before he can give me epidural. Guys, at that point, I was just like, okay, what can we use to relieve this pain? I was screaming for help. I was grabbing my husband's hand. Guys, I grabbed him. I grabbed him when the contract said I would grab him. I would grab Marvelous, because Marvelous was still with us then. Stayed with me all through too. So I'll grab my husband, I'll grab Marvelous, and I'll be like, and at that point I was still not to scream. So I will just hold my strength and just like, you will see that, when you hold on to something aggressively. That was how I was holding on to my husband and Marvelous. I would put Marvelous' hair and grab my husband's shirt and be like, that kind of thing, because I was just in so much pain. Then it was just coming on and off, 1 minute interval, and the doctor kept checking. And seriously, guys, when they are checking the dilation about the colony, it's not funny. It's very, very difficult, unbearable. Which other word can I use for that? I don't like it. They will just insert their hand and just try and check, and But anyways, guys, it's not bearable for me. I mean, I'm not really like okay with it. So they keep coming to check because I was already in mad I was already in labor and I was not dilating, so they have to like keep coming and checking to see if there is a progress. So the last time the doctor checked, so it was like, I thought he said I cannot take epidural unless I reach 4 cm. So when he now checked last, that was it around 6 or 4? It was around 4. Yeah, he checked last around 4 after giving me that last dose. Then it was like I'm not my body's not doing well with the drug, and my baby egg, it was like he's feeling one baby's egg is already like stressed up. So the only thing we could do was just to do operation. Guys, I cried. I was like, I don't want it this year. Seriously, I cried because that was not the plan I had. I had the plan that okay, I'm going to like give birth naturally. I actually wanted to, like, if I had the opportunity, I would actually prefer to give birth naturally, but my body wasn't cooperating with it, and the only thing we could just do was just to do CS and everything. And the funniest thing, my husband agreed straight up because he knows I don't like pain, and he was already seeing me in pain. So I think that was what it was just like, can we do anything to stop this pain? And he was like, oh, let's just do CS. Immediately, I was like, let me just sign and let's start. Like, without informing me, gone, my body. But at that point, I was just like, baby, I don't want to do CS. It was just like, but you are in pain. I was like, I know, but I can bear it. Because I thought I can bear it. It's not that I even thought I was bearing it. But when it was just like, okay, the baby's already getting stressed, and my baby is the first thing that, like, even at that point, I was not even bothered about myself anymore because I wanted my baby alive. I wanted my baby alive, not, I don't want wanting say, can you come? No, I wanted my baby alive at that point. So I was just okay, no problem. So I agreed and we did CS, and guys, it was awesome. It was fine. I was talking to the doctor that actually did my operation. The doctor, yes, he was actually a graduate of my school. So we're just gisting about my were all true. This doctor's like, oh, I know them. Oh, I don't know this one. So we're just gisting about OAU and the like, OAU stress and the like. I think he finished like maybe 10 years after I finished or so. Yeah, so it was awesome. It was awesome. Seriously, I think Nigerians, I think what actually like affected my own mentality when he said CS was just because when you watch all this Yoruba movie and they said CS, they will tell you that the life is 50-50. Is it that the mom or the baby, or sure you get up? That was why I was just scared. And also, like, I think another thing I was scared of was just because of people will say when you do CS, like, it is shy. Sure you get like oh no, just African mentality actually. But and at that point, seriously, basically it's just a Yoruba movie. When if you watch Yoruba movie very well, you know what I'm saying. The way they used to like term CS, like, oh, Taloma sign. Stop watching Yoruba movie. But there are some quality Yoruba movie you can watch, but not all. Though there are some Yoruba movie that will bring your brain down. Yes. So it wasn't like that. I think that we should try and step up our game, especially in Nollywood, because it wasn't like that. It was sweet. It was awesome. I think 5 minutes the baby is out, and they use like 15 minutes or 20 minutes to finish up with me. And yeah, I couldn't vlog that point. I couldn't vlog at that point because it was not just as planned. Like everything was just so I was just not unstable anymore. It was just like an emergency. It was an emergency. I don't know if it wasn't an emergency. But guys, so let me not go to what happened to Nigerian hospital, guys. In this country, they can kill us. Nigerian hospital, Nigerian doctors, yes. Can you believe that hospital I registered, they don't have, what are they calling their name? Those people that used to give people injection. I don't know what they call their name. The man was not on ground. So I was already in labor, I was already stressed, I was already tired. I had to wait from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. before they can start operating on me. It was not easy, and they're just telling us, okay, the man is coming from UCH, the man is coming from this, like, God, it was just God. And seriously, I think I'm trying to like forget some things bit by bit, because this is the Lord man fake back see. But guys, it wasn't like funny story, but we thank God at the end of the day. I'm happy, I'm glad, I'm thankful for that opportunity, because the funniest thing is that so many people actually entered that room, and either they lost their baby or they were not alive. And here I am grinding, praising God. Yeah, I am shaking my body to God just to give thanks to the Lord Almighty. But seriously, people used to ask me this question, that for my next baby, will I prefer CS or natural delivery? Guys, I would never prefer CS for anything. I'm not saying CS is bad. It's actually like a good option. But for me, I just want to have that experience to give birth with my vagina. Yeah, I don't want to have that opportunity to give birth myself without being operated, like without passing through operation or something. So for my next baby, if I just pray God should just give me the opportunity to be able to give birth naturally. I want to know the experience. I want to feel it when the baby comes through my V. I really want to have that experience. So I don't really think apart from that, just my own personal reasons, I don't see anything bad in you giving birth through CS. It's easy. It's not that hard. And it wasn't even my CS. I did my CS like around 8 p.m. and the following morning I was able to walk down, because after the CS I was taken to the recovery room. From the recovery room I was transferred back to my room. So, and I walked from the recovery room down to my room. I started eating that morning or that afternoon. I started taking pap. I started taking amala. I started eating well. It wasn't like before that they be telling you that, oh, you have to wait for so long before you can start eating. You have to be taking water. No, I started eating. They're just like, okay, I should start with fluid first. And after seeing how tolerant my body can be to the fluid, they actually upgraded to like a real meal, like amala. But it just has to be very, very soft. What else? Eating chicken as a protein. I started taking fruits. I just started like just that any food I want to eat has to be very, very soft. But my recovery process, guys, my recovery was awesome too as well. I give thanks to God. The only thing was I have coconut head. Yes, I don't listen to word. Like I like to like do things. I'm not always cautioned about my own body. Like I started doing some things immediately I get back home from the hospital. I was discharged like I think 3 days after the operation. I was discharged, and immediately I thought I'm fine. I can start walking around doing all sorts. So I started doing, and that was what affected me. So because of that, I was down for like a while. But seriously, for me, if I'm to advise people immediately after stage, just take your time. Don't be like me. This head is full of coconut head. I have coconut. I don't used to the hear word. If they should tell me not to do this, I like to stress myself. I like to show you that yes, I can walk. I don't like sitting down there and you doing things. I think that's just my nature, though. But yeah, it was awesome. Apart from that, apart from what I did, I know that was actually my fault, and I was not taking my medications right. That was actually my fault too as well. So like I know I have to like be taking my diclofenac regularly, but I stopped. I was like, oh, I don't need diclofenac. I don't want to be like full on drug that I'm not even feeling fine well. But that's just that. But it was fine. It was awesome. It was a great experience, guys. Like I'm happy that I have my baby, and my baby boy is doing so well. Yeah, it's not as I said, CS is not a bad option. Yeah, so I went from normal delivery to epidural, from epidural to finally operation. That was just my story. And seriously, every woman out there, if you are watching this video and you are actually in the midst of you choosing, if that's like the only options you have, like you want to, like you just have to do CS, guys, it's not that hard anymore. Like technology has actually helped us in this country. Even though my no, there was a time they were telling you that you have to be going back to the hospital to be doing cleaning or treating. No, it wasn't like that anymore. So they did the invisible whatever, what are they calling it, like now to even know that I did CS, you have to like look very well. It was awesome now, and I'm fine now. So guys, that's just that. That's my story, guys. And thank God my baby boy is doing fine too. Thank God I'm a mom. Thank God, like seriously, I'm happy. Anytime I think of that period, I'm always giving thanks and giving glory to God for that opportunity, because it's a golden opportunity. So guys, I think this is going to be the end of my video. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you're just seeing this face for the very first time, this is Becca. And Becca is a YouTuber based in Ibadan, Nigeria. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I love you guys, but today stay blessed. Bye.